Bears still suck. All right. It's just the way it is. So now, with that being said, before we get into the JJ McCarthy talk, actually, we'll kind of tie it in together. Let's just go to the PFF grades real quick. You want to? Now, listen, we got 4 more teams playing tonight, so it's a little bit incomplete. But look at the PFF grades, guys. Notice here, who was the Minnesota Vikings quarterback last year? It was Sam Darnold, right? Sam Darnold was an MVP candidate for most of the year, if I remember correctly. You guys correct me if I'm wrong in the chat, right? So when they decided to move on from Sam Darnold to JJ McCarthy, what did all the Viking fans say? All the Viking fans were like, oh, JJ McCarthy's going to be so much better than Sam Darnold. Oh, he's got a way higher ceiling than Sam Darnold. Sam Darnold goes to Seattle, 86.8. How many Viking fan did you guys hear specifically say that's the KOC factor? That ain't got nothing to do with Sam Darnold. That's the KOC factor. Okay, Sam Darnold, 86.8, which, by the way, can I point out number 4 on this list? Jordan freaking Love, 86.7. Let's go. 86.7 with an 84.9 passing grade. So Jordan Love on fire. That's higher than Josh Allen at 86.6. Justin Herbert at 84. Geno Smith, 83. Daniel Jones, 79. Spencer Rattler, 79. Look at that. Joe Burrow, 78. He's going to miss 3 months. Jalen Hurts, only a 78. Drake May, people talking about how he's taking a big jump, 78. Patrick Mahomes, guys, 77. Right? Kyler Murray. Here's Caleb Williams coming in the number 15 spot. Generational talent, let me tell you. Lamar Jackson, 73 so far. Right? CJ Stroud, 73. Jaden Daniels, 71. Looks like the sophomore slump might be hitting there a little bit. But again, Jordan Love, number 4 on this list. And the point is, Sam Darnold, 86.8. You're probably asking, well, Clayton, where's J.J. McCarthy? Let's go way down here in the basement and see if we can find J.J. Oh, here we go. Number 33, a 55.5. Life comes at you fast, Viking fans. Life comes at you real fast. You thought we got this awesome receiving core, and this rookie quarterback's just going to step right in, and we're just going to keep the train going. 14 wins again, just like last year, right? I'm telling you, man, when you watch J.J. McCarthy play, I'm not saying he won't be a good player. One thing, let's focus on the positives. J.J. McCarthy is a leader. He's a natural-born leader. You can tell his teammates really like him. Well, that's all well and good, and we love the fact that Jordan Love's a leader as well, right? But when the lights come on, if you can't read a defense and you can't play on schedule and you can't keep the play on time, it's going to get really, really difficult. If you tie into that, you always throwing rocket balls and being inaccurate, it's going to be really, really difficult to do what Sam Darnold did last year. So the Vikings are finding out firsthand that maybe, just maybe, Sam Darnold was the real deal, right? Now, if we were to go, I think I had it here. I know I had the box score at one point. Let me see if I can pull that up real quick because I want you guys to see just how bad our boy J.J. McCarthy was last night because it was hideous. And I was watching the game, and what I seen from J.J. McCarthy was exactly what we seen for the first 3 quarters of his first NFL start as a quarterback in the National Football League, right? Look at the numbers here, guys. J.J. McCarthy over here. 11 of 21, 158 yards passing, 2 interceptions, no touchdowns. No touchdowns and 2 picks. Now, that's not even the bad stat. Remember what we talked about Caleb last year? Everybody was looking at the touchdown to interception ratio and going, oh my gosh, let me tell you, this dude's the real deal. Remember we kept talking about the sacks, right? Taking too many sacks. Jordan Love in the upper echelon of quarterbacks in the NFL last year, even on a bum knee, a bum groin, and throwing arm problems with losing feeling in the fingers from the elbow injury he had, he was still one of the least sacked quarterbacks in the league. Why? Because he knows how to read a defense. He doesn't always get to the right answer on schedule. Last year he didn't. This year, boy, let me tell you, he's getting there. I can't wait for Chalk Talk tomorrow. It's going to be awesome. But he doesn't take – guys, when you take sacks, interceptions are horrible, don't get me wrong. But when you take sacks, you are basically killing the drive. If you lose 5 to 7, God forbid, 10 to 12 yards on a sack, you're completely screwing the pooch on that specific drive. Look how many sacks he took. 6 for 38. You see that and you would think, man, their offensive line must be bad. Offensive line was pretty darn good with Sam Darnold last year. So what's the difference? He's not getting the ball out on time. Why is he not getting the ball out on time? Because he's a first-year starting quarterback who had 0 preseason games to the best of my knowledge last year, right? He got hurt in camp. This was his first training camp and his first preseason, and you're throwing him right to the wolves. How many times do you have to watch a team like the Packers? We've literally given the NFL the blueprint, 3 different times now? Like, Brett Favre steps in for Don Mikowski. Obviously, he wasn't going to be the starter. Don Mikowski was much better than Brett. He hurts the ankle. Brett gets thrust into the spotlight, right? Well, while we got Brett, what did we do? You go out and you draft Aaron Rodgers. And Aaron Rodgers sits for multiple years to learn the offense, to learn behind an all-time great. Not just to learn, hey, let me try to figure out how he does these great things, but also let me make sure that the negative things I remove from my game. You can even learn from the mistakes, right? From an all-time Hall of Fame quarterback. So with that being said, then from Aaron Rodgers, you got Aaron Rodgers in your roster, you draft Jordan Love, and he gets to sit and learn behind Aaron Rodgers, one of the all-time greats, right? How many times are we going to show y'all the freaking blueprint before you realize, maybe it's not a good idea just to start a young quarterback like that? That's what's happening here. He's struggling to read the defense. He's struggling to play on schedule. You can see, and listen, I give a little credit to KOC. KOC, Kevin O'Connell, is keeping his cool, because there's got to be times that he's like, what in the heck am I doing here? Mark Tauscher keeps saying, man, they better go get Kirk Cousins. They better get Kirk Cousins. If they went and traded for Kirk Cousins right now, I don't know if Kirk Cousins would be a top 10 quarterback. But I'll promise you this, he ain't going to take 6 sacks and lose all that yardage and continue to kill drives. He's not going to throw 2 interceptions, no touchdowns. He's going to protect the football. So I pray to sweet baby Jesus they don't go get him. But J.J. McCarthy, man. Now, here's the crazy thing. After the game last night, this was shared. Ari Miroff shared, and they showed the play. It looked like he did get hurt. Ari Miroff tweeted out another quarterback injury. The Vikings quarterback, J.J. McCarthy, has an ankle injury and is likely out for Sunday versus the Bengals. Carson Wentz would start. So Carson Wentz is their backup. I kind of feel like, let me ask you guys this. With that ankle injury, if J.J. McCarthy was playing lights out like that one quarter in week 1, they're probably going to shoot that ankle up and let him start, right? This, I think, is the perfect opportunity for them to back up and go, okay, we didn't pull him. That's not going to hurt his confidence. He's hurt, right? Let's put him on the bench, let him heal up, and let's let him learn a little bit more, because the game is moving way too fast for him, way too fast. And again, keep in mind, this is the answer. This is why you moved on from Sam Darnold. And I know there's some people that go, well, there's no way I would have paid Sam Darnold the money that Seattle did. I guarantee you Seattle's happy they did. Playing pretty good football, right? This whole salary cap thing and trying to cut corners on positions of tier 1 importance is just absolutely silly to me, man. It's just like Dallas moving on from Micah, right? And about bit them in the butt against the Giants of all people yesterday, right? So you can tell the bad teams, or the teams that can never seem to get over the hump or create any kind of consistent success in the NFL, at least here recently, you could tell the root of of everything that's going wrong. The root of it is you're not focused on the most important positions. You're not focused on quarterback and tackle on offense. You're not focused on 3-tech and edge defender on defense. And you're just kind of throwing crap against the wall. And now you got Justin Jefferson out there, arguably the best wide receiver in the league, and he ain't got nobody throwing the football, Justin Jefferson last year, guys, had 1,500 yards receiving with Sam Darnold as his quarterback. They're not going to sniff that with J.J. McCarthy for a while, unless and listen, he could turn it around. But the reason I hesitate to say they're going to turn it around quick is because J.J. McCarthy overnight isn't just going to go, oh, that's how you read a defense. Oh, that's what KOC means by my high-low read and getting to the backside. Like, all those things are going to come into play, and it's just going to take time before he puts it all together, for sure. So now if we just take a look here at the NFC North standings, listen, I know it's only 2 games, but you can see the Packers are in the driver's seat, guys. We are 2-0. The Vikings are right behind us at 1-1. Detroit 1-1, and the Bears in the basement 0-2. And those poor Bears fans that just continue to convince themselves that they were somehow going to all of a sudden take the North. That's the other thing. As I was playing that clip, there's 1,000 clips I could have pulled up of our boy Kyle Brandt, that just completely makes him look like a hypocrite, completely contradicts what he was saying in that little mini rant, playing the victim like other people told them they were going to be so much better. He picked the Bears to win the North this year. Think about that. Guys, I didn't pick the Packers to win the North. You guys know I'm as big a homer as there is. I looked up with what we did in the offseason before the Micah Parsons trade. It's in fairness to me before the Micah Parsons trade, right? But even after the Micah Parsons trade, you know what I was saying going into week one? Kind of still feels like the Lions might have the edge, right? And then you come out and you put that thumping on the Lions. You go, hold up, all right. Which it's not just about Micah Parsons edition. You can see guys have taken that next step. Specifically, Jordan Love has taken that next step. You bolstered the offensive line, right, to fix that problem that went wrong in Philadelphia there in the playoff loss. Yeah, it's just it's wild to think about that the Bears are starting 0-2, right? The Lions are 1-1. And again, I think the Lions are still in it. The Vikings, however, I think they're going to sink they should have lost that game last week, to be honest with you. They should have lost that game last week. So going to be a lot of fun to see it all unfold for sure, man. All right, let's move along here real quick. Let's talk a little trade details. Everybody let me know in the chat. I'm going to read them after the show. I promise you. I want to go back through and kind of see what everybody had to say. But let us know what you think about the Bears debacle and the Vikings debacle there. It's just absolutely wild that Bears fans are all of a sudden trying to blame the media for it. It's funny. Bears media is trying to blame